reporting for Kids First, and today I have the opportunity to speak with Chase Stokes and Rudy Pankow about the third season of Outer Banks. Chase Stokes plays John B. in Outer Banks and is also known for his roles in One of Us is Lying, Tell Me Your Secrets, and Onekotan, The Lost Island. Rudy Pankow plays JJ in the Outer Banks and is known for his roles in Uncharted and Chocolate Lizards. Come on, let's go see what they have to say. All right, so we're going to get right into it. So, Mr. Stokes, how did you prepare for this season after a year of not filming?
I've never been called Mr. Stokes.
Mr. Stokes.
Ooh. How did I?
Okay.
How did I prepare for this? It's always a very similar experience going back into it. We usually get the first couple scripts, and then from there, it's usually in the group chat we all talk and sort of converse and say like, how are we gonna do this? And then we do, and then we just kind of dive in. I mean, it's we sort of have found a routine, for lack of better terms.
There's a groove.
Yeah.
We get into the groove, and then it's like we've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I think this season 1 was like, okay, we got through season 1, and I feel like they haven't gotten much worse than that. Like, the physical requirements.
Yeah, the physicality of it. I mean, we kind of know what we're getting into.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be high adrenaline, action-packed. So, I think during the off-season, we all do our best to stay in shape and to make sure that we're prepared for whatever, our showrunners and writers throw at us.
Yeah, and so as you mentioned, there are a lot of scenes that are kind of crazy, and you're like, whoa, how do you film that? So, Mr. Pankow, what were some of the most...
25 show.
Mr. Pankow. It is now. That sounds like my dad. Mr. Pankow is my father. He's a doctor. Continue.
What were some of the most difficult scenes to film, and were there any that you were scared to film?
Scared to film. I think it's really fun to have such a great team to kind of talk through if there is a scary stunt or if there is something like that. It's all tested. You go through it. We have a great team that kind of runs it through it. But anytime there's a high chase scene, pardon the pun, with with boats or anything, that can get pretty scary.
Yeah,
sure can.
But Daniel's great.
Daniel's great.
Our stunt coordinator, Daniel Hargrave, he's a legend in the industry, and he literally makes sure that if there's anything that is of concern for us, he walks us through it step by step, and we're very, very fortunate that we have an incredible stunt team that kind of does all the chaos for us.
I actually do want to mention, after what's happened this past year with stunts, and, we all were kind of so lucky enough to learn from that sad experience, that loss, and I think that really affected, I think, the entire film industry in general, so everyone is feeling very aware this year with stunts in particular.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good point.
So Mr. Stokes, what were the most fun scenes to film?
Ooh, I think
a fun one.
Well, I think it goes hand in hand with what we were just talking about. As crazy as some of the stunts get, and as intense as the show can seem on screen, those moments that seem really intense are usually the most fun. Because there is a level of camaraderie that comes with the intensity. Everybody knows their positioning, they know what they need to do, and they know what happens. So once you're kind of in that groove, like you said, you kind of just have a blast with it. And this cast, we're so fortunate because we have such an incredible cast. We have such an incredible crew that's been with us since the very beginning. Nothing has really changed. And, to be able to do this day in and day out with them, every scene and every day is a really fun one. Even if it's a tough day, at the end of the day, it's we're all giving each other hugs and telling each other we love each other and leaving it better than we left it.
You did it. You did it alive. You're alive, man. He has it. Never mind.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
How has the director, Jonas Pate, brought that out in you guys, and maybe how have you guys brought that out in each other?
I would say there was something we were asked of how has this related to your own high school experience or something like that, and I won't say we skipped as much school as these characters, but at the same time we had very similar kind of, at least the two of us have, parties on the beach, tourist people, kind of sides of the island and stuff like that. That's my upbringing, similar to yours. And so we kind of that's something when we got the job, we were like, this is the elements, and we actually have kind of similarities with these characters. So we made sure to share that right out of the gates. Yeah. I think that was a good place to start.
Okay, so you guys both have worked on a lot of different projects and shows and movies. So how has working on Outer Banks been like a different experience? So it's like, what's made it different? Yeah.
That's a good question.
It's fast. I think the pace that we move versus the traditional film and TV project are night and day different. We have long episodes, we have long hours, we have long days, and it's forced us to be prepared in a way that I don't think I would have ever imagined moving in other projects that it would have prepared me for. So in a weird way, when you're tired at the end of the day and you're just, beat to death from, a long day on the show, you appreciate it long term because it teaches you the lesson and the valuable lesson of, failure to prepare is preparing to fail. And this is the type of show that if you're not prepared, you will fail.
Yeah.
So it's not
no pressure there.
For anybody coming on to be a guest star or know your lines.
Yeah. No, I would second that. I really think he's very good with words. I don't think I need to say anymore.
Have you guys watched any of the show yet?
Snippets because ADR.
Yeah.
We have to. There's every scene that there's a Twinkie, the car.
Yes.
The van, it's not a car. Or a bow. That is all ADR. Especially and there's planes as well in this season.
The automobiles tend to force us to go to a sound studio and re-record lines, and so I agree. Yeah, I haven't really dove into it yet, but we see a lot of it because we have to re-record
a lot of automobiles.
Yeah. What episodes are you excited to watch?
The finale, I think.
Yeah, number 10 is number 10 is it's a doozy. It's a doozy.
I think
Get ready.
It's a big one.
All right. Well, this is my last question. What do you hope that your audiences will take away from the show?
I mean, don't want to say the same thing we say usually, which is like you choose your family and stuff like that. But like, what is something the audience is going to take away new this year? I would say it kind of finding your own paths. I think like there's things that get introduced in everyone's life that you might not be ready for. And I think every character this season has a little bit of that, or it's just like, I was not prepared for this. And every character goes through that this season. And so being okay with transformation and when you're fighting it, that's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah, I'd say mistakes are okay. Mistakes are a part of growing up, and mistakes are a part of growth. And so instead of calling it a failure, call it a happy mistake.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for talking with me.
Thanks for being here and skipping school to be here.
Anytime.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy Pankow and Chase Stokes, for taking the time to talk with me today. Be sure to watch Outer Banks Season 3 when it releases on Netflix on February 23rd, 2023. I'm Katherine reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on my next interview or those of my awesome team members. See you later. Bye!